Hello everyone, and welcome to this special video of Techtropolis. What you're seeing right now is definitely not the same version as what you see in the World Tour, and that's because this version of Techtropolis is, well, 2.0 in development, which basically means session 150. This video is being specifically made for the Techtropolis journal, which I recently started. So if you're watching this from somewhere elsewhere, or if you just found this on YouTube and you don't know what that means, I will provide a link in the description for that, so you can check it out and follow the world's progress. This video is not going to be a world tour. I'm repurposing session 150 into this video where I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about kind of what my plans were with this journal and kind of the things that I hoped to achieve with it and still hope to achieve, as well as show you guys just a few of the stuff, or some of the stuff that we've been working on the past season, just so you get a little more of an interactive um, view of it. So yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. 3 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago from today, which as of the recording of this video is December 23rd, 2015. So 3 weeks from today, or 3 weeks ago today, is when I started the Techtropolis journal, which is a little late in the race because Season 2 technically started on November 7th, I think. No, it was November 14th of 2014. Yeah, so basically my whole idea was, ever since I started Season 2, it's weird because, you'd think that, working on a world and wanting, interaction with the community, you'd think that maybe I would have, searched for a forum or searched for a place to do that, a long time ago, not now, when I'm already 175 sessions into the world. You'd think that, but I'm not sure what it was. I think it was more the fact that when I first started Techtropolis, in the summer of 2013, it was more of like a personal project for me. It was like it's difficult to explain because there's no way that you guys would completely quite understand that because you weren't there. You're learning about this information today, but it's possible that you guys might be able to relate to it, whether or not it's through your world or through a different project or something maybe you've done in real life, or, I don't know, anything really. Basically, you start something out, right, and you start it as like a personal project, and it's just something you're doing for fun, something that you do to pass time. But the more that you work on that project and the more ambitions you start to have with it, you start to see the potential in it. And you start to really want that to shine. And you want to share it, and you want people to see it. And you want people to say, hey, that looks really cool, and you want people to start, suggesting things about it, and you start to want feedback. And that's kind of what happened here. Is, at first it was just a fun project for me, and now it's just turned into something that I just want to keep developing and getting feedback from you guys so that I can turn it into something beautiful, with your interaction, of course. So that's just a little context for you guys as to kind of what the whole idea of the journal is. And, I've read a lot of survival journals that I've seen because I think it's a fun way to kind of get inside other people's heads to kind of see kind of what they're thinking, and kind of see, the way that they present their content. Because a journal allows you to do things in a different way than a Let's Play series would. Speaking of that, of which, I'll go ahead and get this out of the way. you'll notice that if you look through my channel, you will see the first 26 episodes, or which equates to the first 26 sessions of this world on my channel. That ended because of lag, but I did get a new desktop in 2013. But I lacked the interest to continue doing a Let's Play. A journal gives you certain creative freedoms that a Let's Play doesn't, because there's a certain literary authenticity to it. You choose how to present your content. I've seen some journals that do like an interesting combination of role plays. People like to turn it into a story, which is the direction I hope to head with this. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But basically, I've found that the way that I document my world's progress is particularly unique, because, as I've said, I've documented by sessions, and a session is basically just anytime I log into the world and complete a certain array of tasks, tasks that I plan beforehand, of course. These tasks, of course, are not limited to any specific thing. As you'll notice in many of my sessions, I'm kind of all over the place. Well, I mean, I guess that sort of depends, but you know, it's kind of around, and you know, the great thing about it is you know, with a Let's Play, you're limited to 30 to 40 minute or even 20 minutes of content. Well, with a journal, there are no real limits to that. I can create a segment or a session as long as I want. I can make it as long as I want, and I can kind of have that freedom of being able to create a season, but that season is not limited, because a season for me is 100 sessions, right? So I actually have the ability and the freedom to create that season in as much a time span as I need, and I can basically make it as long as I want, which is a type of freedom. It's a benefit to these types of journals that I've noticed. And it's something that I've taken very well advantage of basically saying, hey, I want to get these projects done this season, and I basically won't move on to the next season until they're done. Now, I don't exploit that completely, just because, I do like to limit seasons to a year and a half at most. And that's kind of been how this has gone, and probably how it will go. But that's okay. I mean, that's a decent amount of time for 100 sessions, I think. And what you'll notice is that you may not have picked up on this, but basically every 50 sessions, it's kind of like a special kind of session. For example, session 150, which was on August 22nd, just this past year, was a special world tour that I did with my brother. I just kind of showed him around the world, showed him some of the stuff I did. It was kind of fun, actually. I made a backup, and we went in and we just kind of had some fun doing some of the different stuff. So it didn't actually progress the world forward in any way. But that was never the purpose of the checkpoints. I mean, that's what I called them. Every 50 sessions, it was basically a developmental checkpoint. And that checkpoint usually, well, up until this point, has been a world tour. Session 50 was a world tour. It was Starlight Castle 1.0. Session 100 was, of course, the world tour of this world that I refer to in my journal. And now, session 150, I'm repurposing, because it was a world tour. Now I'm kind of wanting to make it just a way of being able to talk to you guys a little bit about this journal and kind of what, my goals and such. As far as what the future plans are for this whole thing, basically, as of right now, I'm at session 175. Well, I've started working on 176, but basically, the idea is that when we reach that point in real time, which basically means from 150 to 175, we're going to do basically the normal updates that we've been doing. But by the time we get to 175, it's going to slow down, and you guys are going to kind of feel more of what the actual pace is like. And it's basically what that means is it's going to be like one session every few days, because that's the normal pace for me. And basically, for the latter half of the season, I've done planning a lot differently. I've made the sessions bigger, I've put more content in them, because I do want to start progressing this journal forward in a direction that makes it feel more like a story, to where each session actually feels more like an episode, which basically is going to be good, because it means that the seasons will get considerably more content. Because you'll notice, first of all, that in season one, take season one for example, the world tour, that was 100 sessions right there. That could have easily probably been 50. If I were redoing it now, I probably could have done that in 50 sessions. But like, for example, the first 26 sessions they were basically the equivalent of the world tour, or no, the original Let's Play that I have on YouTube. They're the equivalent of that. So that's 26 sessions right there that probably could have been condensed to, like, way less than that. Like, probably easily, like, I probably could have done some of those episodes, like 4 episodes, I could have condensed easily into, like, one session. So yeah, in Season 2, we've definitely sped things up a bit, and in the last half of Season 2, we're going to be speeding things up even more so. But hopefully by the time we get to Season 3, because we have to build to that, I don't want to just jump right into that, but we have to build to that. But by the time we get to Season 3, these updates, the sessions, they're going to be a lot more feature-rich, because I want to try to be incorporating a whole lot more in the sessions. And hopefully, we start to get a theme or some type of, system of formatting with it, which we kind of already have with sessions. But basically, I want to use the rest of Season 2 to kind of figure out how I'm going to do the rest of this. So that's alright. As far as what we're going to be doing, well, you guys will just have to wait and see for that. I will say that we will be working on a very, very large project that will easily take the rest of the season and even overflow into Season 3. So it's what we're going to be working on is a massive project. But so far, from what I've done of it, it's going very, very well. And it's going to revolutionize the world in a very big way. So I won't elaborate on that too much. What you're seeing right now is me doing part of the Totem Run parkour course, which I'm not going to do any more of, and I'm going to tell you why. The Totem Run, and this is also why I never made a video of it like I said I would in the World Tour. A big part of this course is exploration. And if I made a video of that, I would have been giving it away. Which is why I am going to be giving you guys a world download of Techtropolis as of session 100, as of the World Tour version. So you can play this course yourself and cheat. You have the ability to break blocks as you wish. I would advise against it to keep the authenticity of the course. But it is survival. You can break blocks if you want to. You can exploit the course. You can do whatever you want to it, or you can play it as it was intended, as a parkour course. But yeah, I am going to give you guys a world download. Well, it's not exactly session 100 because I don't have a backup to that. The backup I have closest to it is actually, I think it's session 103. So it's right at the start of Season 2. So you'll see some things like the Redstone Observatory. You'll see the Egg Generator. I think it was while I was working on 103, because if I remember correctly, you're going to spawn on top of the mob tower, the mob drop tower, the mob farm, because I think I made a backup as I was building it. Right, because in the event that I were to fall in and die, I wanted a backup. So I think that's why I made that backup. And so when you spawn, I'll be on top of there, and I don't think it's built yet. So that way you'll know exactly kind of where the world's at. It's somewhere in session 103. I don't think the any of the spires were renovated yet in that backup. But that's the closest backup I have to session 100. But yeah, I'm going to give you guys the session 100 season 1 thing, and you'll be able to kind of follow along and get. And the reason I'm giving it to you guys is because I feel like that's really the most interactive way for you guys to get familiarized with the world. So you can watch videos and read and look at pictures, but there's no more interactive way than to actually be in the world. So that's why I'm giving it to you guys. You can think of it as like a Christmas present, I guess, because I am feeling kind of festive. So by the way, this is actually spawned right around here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that and find some fun in that world. And if you go on my post in the journal under Season 1, you'll find all the information about that, and you can kind of follow it along, including the documentation, which has all the sessions from Season 1 in there, as well as the Starlight HQ history log, and the playlist for the first few episodes are in there as well. So all that is in there. I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break from the journal to let this all kind of soak in and let you guys kind of play around with the world for a little bit. But we will be returning, hopefully maybe the 1st of January or the 2nd. But yeah, at the beginning of next year, we'll be returning with session 151, and we'll be continuing the rest of the season in a different way. The updates will be a little bit. We're going to be doing probably less sessions per update because they're going to be bigger, most of them. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today, this special Techtropolis update video for session 150. Additionally, you guys can actually find some other videos on my channel, some other Techtropolis videos of some things, including the Mob Processing Hub, which is a very new build for Season 2. It was added. So you can find a complete run-through of that on my channel. And there are some other Techtropolis videos in there that I would recommend having a look at. Like there's one for the Starlight Parkour course that I've mentioned a few times. There's one for the mob farm, showcasing the functions in more detail, and just really a bunch of other ones. Oh, wow. So I am interested to hear all your feedback so far about what you think about not just the world, but also the way that I'm doing the sessions and the organization of the world. Because it does mean a lot to me that I kind of refine it and make it better, and I am open to improving it in any way. So any suggestions that you guys have, any feedback is welcome and appreciated. And I'm always looking to improve and also engage the community in the activity. So if there's maybe something that you guys want to see in the world, I would be more than happy to try to incorporate it into the current plans if it's something that I think would be a nice addition, something that I think would be cool. I do want to make a couple of quick notes before we end the video. First of all, the official name for Season 2, just as the official name for Season 1 is the Survival of the Fittest. The official name for Season 2 is Era of New Lands, just because of the new age of lands. Like, there are so many new discoveries and so many new things that I've discovered and found and done this season. I mean, the Nether being one of them. You guys know that the Nether, I mean, I had gone almost 2 years without having gone to the Nether. But that changed this season. But basically, yeah, the official name for that. Oh wow, that was awful. So yeah, second thing is that I won't be updating to version 1.9 until Season 3. And the reason for that is because a lot of the changes that 1.9 has. I just rather save that, and we'll just kind of do it all together when we start the new season. So we will be doing the rest of the season because there's no way we're gonna finish the season before 1.9 comes out. I just don't see that happening. But yeah, just a little update there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, the update. Let me know what you guys think about anything. And yes, I'm always kind of looking at other survival journals because I am interested to see some of the other projects that you guys are doing, and this is kind of cool. Wow, that is kind of cool. So yeah, this is where we are now. So I am going to start working on the Season 2 document. I'm already working on that. It's going to be a lot more comprehensive since it does incorporate this journal now. And yeah, hopefully the Season 1 screenshot showcase will come soon, but now you don't need it as much since you're getting the world download. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this update. Stay tuned and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, everyone. See you on the other side.